How's it going, people? Welcome back to the Pointless Polo project. Very excited for today's video. I am putting my alloys on my car. Well, actually at the time of recording I've already put my alloys on my car, which is why I'm particularly excited now. But last night I was so excited that I recorded an intro and I did it way too close to my face for some reason. I feel like I must have been holding the camera like here, or I just had it really far zoomed in. I'll cut to a clip of it now. How's it going, people? Welcome back to the Pointless Polo project, and welcome to a very special episode. Probably the most expensive episode of all the episodes we've done so far. But yeah, so that wasn't particularly useful footage, hence I'm recording it on the evening of my alloys being put onto my car in my bedroom. There we go. Anyway, bit of context. My rims were bought for me by my parents for Christmas, which I was super grateful for, and the tyres I bought myself, they are Toyo T1Rs. I bought them from Brent Tyres in Harlesden. Major thanks to them for sorting me out with a good deal on those. Really appreciate it. Let's cut to me in my shed being excited. So here they are then. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen the tyres are already on the rim, but if you don't, then here they are for the first time. You can see obviously the Toyo tyres there with the GMP Astral rim. Yeah, the Toyo T1Rs, which are sort of a winter-based tyre. They should pretty much work a lot better than the knockoff cheap ones that I had on previously. But yeah, really nice tread on the tyres as well. Brand new, fresh. Obviously they're one directional tyres as well, as in with some tyres you can kind of go both ways, but with these you can't. So yeah, super gas to be putting these in the car. And so I'm actually filming this video the night before I put them on the car, just because I'm going to be putting them on tomorrow morning. My dad hasn't got very much time, so he's going to be helping me put them on. Again, thank you very much to him for taking the tyres to get them put on the rims, because there was no way I was going to do that. Big thank you to my parents for getting me the rims, and a huge thank you to Brent Tyres for sorting me out with the tyres. So yeah, big thanks to all those people. And I suppose the next clip you'll see will be me putting the wheels on my car tomorrow morning. So let's cut to that. I'm super gassed. Right, so you join me in some slightly different attire. I am doing this before I go to work in the morning. It's nice and early, and my dad has agreed to. My dad has agreed to help me with the wheels. So, caps off. I feel kind of bad taking these off. If you watch one of the videos of me doing these in black with the plasti dip, then you'll know that these have a special place. So I'm just gonna get on with it, I suppose. Right, so for those of you that might not be comfortable doing this, I'm going to briefly walk you through how to remove and replace alloys. It's quite an easy job even for beginners, provided you have the adequate tools. Start by jacking the car up so that the wheel taking off is off the ground. In my case I have a proper jack, but you could equally use the one your car should come with to fit a spare wheel. Then, use a wrench or a wheel gun in my case to remove the wheel bolts or nuts. A Polo 9N should have 5 on each wheel, but different cars come with different numbers. Once all 5 of them are out, sometimes it can be quite difficult to pull the wheel off by hand if the area is a little bit rusty, so give the wheel a kick on one side to loosen it off. Make sure you face away from the car and stand in a safe spot so you don't kick it off the jack and injure yourself. You can see that I'm doing my rear wheel, which annoyingly has drum brakes, which I'll have to work out a way to change so I can get discs on the back at some point. Once you've done that, some alloys can come with these little hub center things that you need to put on before you can fit the alloy. Hit them in with something like a hammer if your hub is as rusty as mine, but be careful not to ruin the plastic. Then it's time to line the holes on the alloy wheel up with the holes in the hub, which is pretty straightforward. And once you've done that, make sure the wheel is in the right place by putting each of the bolts or nuts in individually by hand. You'll probably need to use a long socket for this, but if you haven't got one, then lightly put them in with whatever wrench you're using. Finally, when it comes to tightening the bolts or nuts back on, put them on in a sort of star or opposite pattern, so bottom, top, left, right, etc. I would highly recommend getting some locking wheel nuts. You can get them super cheap and they give you an extra layer of protection from people stealing your rims. I didn't put them at the time as I didn't have any, but they're on now, and you just need one per alloy. When you're done, check each nut or bolt to make sure they're on nice and tight, and you're done. Now I'm very excited to finally show you how the Polo's looking. Cool, so I really have been all over the place in this video, and I apologise for the lack of structure. I was in the shed to begin with, I was outside the front in the morning just sorting out my tyres and actually putting the rims on the car, and finally here I am sitting in my living room because my bedroom is too messy currently to actually record a video in, so apologies. Obviously I'm super happy to have the rims and tyres on the car now. The tyres feel really grippy. I'll probably do a review on them at some point just to see what they're like. I spent extra on them just because I felt like it was worth it for what we're going to plan on doing with it this year. If we're going to take it around the Nurburgring, do all that kind of stuff, it'd be nice to have a good set of tyres on the car that are actually going to give us some good traction. In terms of the general admin points, the diameter of the rims and tyres altogether is now 0.5 of a centimetre smaller than it was before. So when it comes to it, obviously the next steps will be dropping the car and that kind of stuff. So probably gonna put some coilovers on there or some just a general sport lowering package on the car, just because I think it'll be nice. In an ideal world, I get a 993 GTI that's been crashed and I'll just buy the car and start putting bits on from that. But yeah, it should get a bit lower, have the gap between the tyre and the top of the arch slightly closer, so that would be a key bonus for me. So yeah, clearly doing your alloys is not actually that difficult a job. I know I had a lot of help from my dad on this one, and he showed me kind of what I had to do and how to do it and that kind of stuff. But for you guys at home, if you're doing it, most of the time when it comes to putting tyres on your alloys, you should usually be able to then get the alloys put onto the car straight after that. It's not that much to ask of a business, and it would have happened with mine, but I actively asked my dad to make sure they didn't do it, just so that I had the opportunity to record it and put it on YouTube for you guys. So yeah, added extra work onto myself, but it's more fun to do things yourself, and yeah, I felt like it was worth it. But yes, as always, plenty more videos to come in the next few weeks. Top 5s, news videos going to probably come at the end of the month, because there was a few people that said they'd quite like me to do one of those, and I'd really like to do it myself, so going to get into that as well. But as always, remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. Thank you for all the support so far. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Listen.